Hello, Kira.
Hello.
I'm just curious, what is synesthesia?
Okay, so synesthesia is known as a mingling of the senses. So, for example, a person can see certain sentences, letters, all in color in their heads. They can taste words, they can taste shapes. There's many different variations of synesthesia. They can also feel pain when they watch movies of the victims. It's like a lot.
And when did you first realize you had this ability?
I realized that I had synesthesia. I didn't know the name was synesthesia, but when I was a young kid, every time I'd eat new foods, I would start to taste them with names. And I thought it was just me as a little kid just, being crazy, because I did have a reputation of that. So I was tasting words throughout my entire life, and I thought,
So when you say you're tasting words, for instance, you're sitting at a table even before food, someone walks in the room and says, "My name is Mary," or "Please meet Mary," or your schoolmate, suddenly you saw what?
I saw blue, and I was able to taste berries in my mouth.
So Mary became the color blue, and you tasted berries.
Yeah.
So if someone walked in the room and said, "This is David," what would you see?
I would see black and white, and I would taste veal cutlets.
Veal cutlets, I see. So how old were you when you had this ability, you noticed?
When I was a young kid, I just remember I was tasting words like working, and I was even tasting curse words as well.
Curse words, okay. But how old were you? Give me a year.
Oh,
were you
gosh.
4 or were you 6? What year were you? What age?
At least 4.
At
Yeah.
least 4. And it must have affected your life. Did you realize you had something unusual? How did you feel about that?
I felt really embarrassed by it, growing up, I thought it would go away as a kid, and I would just go out the door, and it didn't. It still stayed, so I'm just like, when I'm older, I'm just like, how am I going to be able to tell people this? Like, what if I did? I would be so embarrassed.
Well, when did you realize that not everybody could do that?
That's easy. When I was seeing colors around the notes, I brought it to attention with my mother, and I said, I see notes and colors, and music and colors, and she was intrigued, but she didn't know what I was talking about, or she didn't really understand.
But finally, one day she asked you, keep talking about colors, what are you talking about? And you said, this note is on the piano is an A, and it reminds me of blue or something? Or?
Well, yes, I was actually over at my aunt's, and we were talking, and I just had to say it again. I see colors around these notes. And my aunt said, "Oh yeah, you simply see auras around these notes. You just see colors."
She has it also?
Yes. She sees auras around people. Physically sees auras around people.
How many people have synesthesia?
I have no idea. I mean, there are many people like myself who were embarrassed because I thought it was a mental condition, something was wrong with me, it was just being bizarre. And a lot of people feel this way. A lot of people who have synesthesia, they feel this way, and they won't say they have it until they read it in an article or something, which is unfortunately not quite common to come across it. I was very lucky because I was taking a psychology course, and in the book, there was just a tiny section that I almost skipped over, but then something just made me look at it, and it said, "Can you hear colors?" And then there's this woman and had rainbows coming out of her ear, and I was just like, no, I don't have that. And then when they described it, that you get sick, or you flinch when you see something violent, or you feel the pain, and you see music in colors and have shapes, it's like, oh my God, that's what I have. I'm not crazy. And
You thought you were crazy?
I thought I was nuts. I thought, oh my God, I'm seeing
For
this.
years?
Yeah, for years. Especially with the word tasting. I didn't know that was also a part of synesthesia, because, again, there's many different types of synesthesia.
That reminds me to ask you, in fact, if my name's Gregory, for instance, what color is my name?
Your name is forest green, I would say, and it tastes like cooked broccoli, like really cooked broccoli and garlic, or Asian cooked broccoli.
And I'm curious, if there's 2 or 3 people that all have synesthesia, are they all going to see my name the same color?
No, I believe every synesthete, which is the name for a person who has synesthesia, sees names completely different than myself. Like,
But consistently. So far, let me ask you, since you were 4 years old or 6 years old, are mashed potatoes, give me an example. In other words, for your whole life, my name will be what color? Green?
Yeah.
Okay. And so for your entire life, the name Tchaikovsky, for instance, will be what color?
Red.
And Bach?
Bach will be kind of like it's like cherry red. But
Okay.
there's also red.
And Beethoven?
Pink.
Michael Jackson?
Blue and pink.
Okay, now if there's a politician, anyone has this
Yeah.
quality, so I'm just curious, since it's sort of topical at this point, what color is Hillary Clinton?
She's all green.
And what color is Donald Trump?
Donald is black and white.
Black and white?
Trump is red.
I see the name Trump
Yeah, it's
red.
red.
Donald is black and white?
Yeah.
I see. Why is it that some people are black and white and someone else just says blue or purple? Why is
It's
that?
just what translates in my
What food is Hillary Clinton?
She I don't really like to say stuff on TV unless I got their permission, but
Well, it's your own opinion of what's your set of
But
synesthesia
but
is what color?
yes. So
What-
it's green. Her name tastes like kind of like, I want to say cranberry, something kind of sour berries.
I see.
Good. Very rich, and Clinton tastes like milk chocolate. Like
Nope, the word Clinton, the name
Yeah.
Clinton.
yeah, Hershey's chocolate, preferably.
I see. Now you know my next question. Donald Trump. What does his name
Trump?
mean to you in color?
Okay, so
And food?
Well, it depends, because if people call
No, not people. Just what is for him? What does the name Donald Trump mean
well,
to
yeah.
you?
So if people called him Don,
Oh, I see. Go ahead.
it would taste like pizza.
Okay.
Or Donnie would taste.
Which they don't
like-
call him that. I don't think they call him
Yeah,
that.
okay.
What's
I'm
Donald?
just covering French fries.
French fries, and what is Trump?
Nothing.
And so he's just a French fry? I see. It's fascinating.
You-
Yeah. So, and when you play music, let's say you're improvising or you're playing some Beethoven,
Yeah.
do you see one color, or as you're playing the music, does the color change?
Well, I actually did. I think it was submitted on Instagram. I did a picture of the first page of Beethoven's Kreutzer Sonata, and I colored every word and every note that I saw the color as. The only color that was off was the C, because I had a dark purple and it was supposed to be lilac. But yeah, like it goes in layers and layers. Some pieces, like the Mozart Sonata in E minor, the second movement of that, the minuet, has a beautiful flower in the middle with it all being pink, the entire sonata. And each note is a different color.
And when was the first time you actually heard the word synesthesia?
Oh, yes. I was a fourth grader. And like my teacher was introducing us to this book. It's titled A Mango-Shaped Space by Wendy Mass. And it was about a girl who had synesthesia. Now, I zoned out a lot in class, so I didn't have, well, we won't go into that, but she had synesthesia. And I didn't know what that was. I'm just like, oh, maybe she's just like hallucinating. I don't know. Maybe there's something, I have no idea. Because it was intricate for me at that time. But then years later, when I just found out with my tutor that I had synesthesia, I was like, I'm not crazy anymore. So then the next session that we had together, because I was homeschooled for a while, she said, have you ever heard the book A Mango-Shaped Space by Wendy Mass?
Say slowly, please. What is the name of the book?
A Mango-Shaped Space.
A Mango-Shaped Space?
Space by Wendy Mass. And I'm like, yeah, oh my God, that's what the character Mia had. And she goes, yes, she had that, and she didn't want to tell anyone because she too was embarrassed by it. And I was just like, oh my God, that is so ironic.
It's very interesting. So, what would you say to people that have this ability?
What I would say to people who have this ability is that don't be ashamed of it. You're not crazy. This is something that is very real. And you should tell someone, because if you live your entire life not realizing that you have it and thinking that you're crazy, you're going to miss out on sharing this beautiful ability with the world, because people have actually been nicer than I ever thought that they would. They're actually engaging, and it's starting
Curious,
conversations.
right?
Yeah, and I never thought that would happen. I thought that I would get scoffed at or get...
Just because you were different, you felt sort of scared
Exactly,
and insecure about it.
and you're not alone. You know, and my advice for those who have it and are afraid to tell anyone who might not believe them or think they're nuts is to try to find someone like a friend or, you know, maybe a person in school or a mentor, and try to be honest with them. Tell them that this is what you see in your head, and that also you can contact me as well. I'd love to hear about you.
And you have a website or some contact?
Yeah.
You'll mention that?
Yeah, I have Twitter, I have Instagram, so if there's anyone who...
And it's under which name? What is the full name?
Kira Violin.
Kira Violin, Kira Violin.
Yeah.
And they can communicate with you.
Yeah, definitely. If you have this, I'd love to hear about your type of synesthesia, and I would love to engage.